Mr. P.
Hi, Michael.
You're great. You look so comfortable.
I'm comfortable. How might be crazy if I'm comfortable?
Listen, we have work to do.
No, church school hasn't started. That's
Right. But we've got to prepare.
I'm prepared. This is part of my preparation right here.
We're checking, check out for the safety of the children.
For the safety of the children.
Security.
Why didn't you mention it in the first place? What are you doing? Take this and let's get
Let's
going.
go. All right. Thanks for coming inside, Mr. P.
No problem.
To interrupt.
No. It's for the kids. We can do this.
So, if you haven't heard, we are jumping into a new year, obviously, and we've got a new process and procedure.
What, a process?
Yeah, for check-in and check-out.
Is it going to be hard?
No, we want to just take extra steps to keep the children of this church safer even than they have been in the past.
Very important
stuff.
Safety is right.
And you may be asking at home, what does that mean for us? What can we do to help with the process? We're so glad that you asked, because we're going to let you know. First thing, Mr. P, the first thing that they can do, that you all can do to help us out, is register. So if you can register either online at PCTR.org or with a hard copy, we're going to be so grateful. We've got a lot of your information and we're grateful for that, but this year there are some new things, particularly a really important section that's called Persons Authorized to Sign Out Your Children. And that's a really big one. Wow. If your children have been a part of church school and are in our system, that way you know where you're going. You don't have to do anything different at all. That's the good news, right? So doesn't sound too difficult so
makes
far,
sense.
right?
Makes sense.
So you will just go on into church and start there like you always have, and you know the process. Nothing changes for that beginning entrance time for you. Each week, it's just as it's always been.
All right, so I think I understand this now, Michael. So if you've registered or you've already been attending, there's nothing's going to change for them, correct?
Well, nothing's going to change on the front end when they come to worship. When they come to worship, you'll start off as you always have. But there's going to be some stuff going on behind the scenes with our volunteers. We're going to be taking some new steps. Using these devices and our church's database, Breeze, we're going to be creating a list. We're going to be checking in your children when they come to church school. Once they come out of church and come to church school, we will check them in and we will make sure that we've got everybody on our list, and then we'll be printing a list. And that, Mr. P, is where your part will come in as parents after that point. At the pickup time.
Okay.
No,
do I have to use something like that?
No.
Okay.
You won't have to do anything with this particular device. This is where our volunteers are jumping in. They'll be keeping track of who is in attendance. We'll be printing the list. And then as you come to pick up your children at the end of church school, or AIM Club, Star Club, any of our programs, we're going to ask you to sign out your child. That way we'll know that everybody's accounted for, and if you look on your registration form, you will see that it says, I know, Pete, don't get nervous, it does say that identification may be required. And the reason for that is we have so many folks that give of their time to volunteer in these ministries, and just not everybody in this church knows everybody. It's a big place, right? So please don't be offended if somebody asks you for your ID.
I think I got this. This is not bad.
Excellent.
This is all we have to cover, right? This is
No, listen. If you have been kind of listening to the sermons over the last couple of weeks, right, with our stranger love, we've been talking all about what it means to show hospitality to folks. And this is a wonderful opportunity for us to be doing that. Because folks who are visiting our church for the first time and our church school for the first time, well, they're going to be directed right here to the Welcome Center in order for us to get their information so that their children can go to church school and so that we can answer any questions that those families might have. Hospitality. Hospitality. And just in case you're wondering what that might look like, I kind of thought you were. I saw it in your eyes. There's a few things you can look for in order to know that somebody might be a first-time attender.
Do I need to write these down?
It might not hurt. But you could also just take a look at this.
I like it.
I know we're late. Let's try over here.
Where's the bathroom?
I don't know where the bathroom is. We just got here. We'll find it. Maybe if I was in church, would I be down this moment?
Dad, we're late!
Or it could look like this.
Fine, we'll be fine. Let's go.
I don't know where we're going, Mom. Can you just slow down? What's a fellowship hall, Dad?
Or it might just look like a normal family walking through the door.
A little on the nose, but true. Yeah, that's true. Well, thank you all for watching this video. Obviously, if you have any questions, you can find any of us and we are happy to help you along in this process. We'll work our way through the new process together.
Exactly.
We can't wait to see you for another year of children's ministry here at PCTR. Pete, thanks for taking a little time away from your chair.
Thank you, Michael, for explaining this all to me. And now I'll go back to my chair.
Take care, everyone. See you soon.
Bye.